Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So it is 6:33 a.m. and I am heading out, but I wanted to make this video for you guys because I know I'm going to be gone for the weekend, and so let's get into it. So today we're talking about why so many people feel like something is wrong with our food. Now, have you noticed some of the conspiracies? Let's look at a few of them.
How on earth do you grow human meat?
I want to introduce you to our nutrient vat.
Hello, nutrient vat, Greg Wise, telepresenter, and your job is?
Well, what its job is, it processes thin slices of tissue in a nutrient-rich mix, which you see here, and then cells start to grow. So over a 24-hour period, these will slowly fuse together into one great big, what we call a cake.
So you're telling me that is human flesh?
Exactly.
But why human meat? Why not animal meat?
That's a very good question. We've got centuries of knowledge of human medicine at our side. We know more about humans than we do about animals. So we've mastered engineering human cells to make these structured flavours and sinews that we expect from the flavours and steaks we eat.
This must be a relatively new process.
But it is, I mean, under EU law, we couldn't possibly operate machines like this due to legislation. But thankfully now we're out. We can harvest people and we can pay them for their flesh.
So what happens to this now?
Right, well, this will either be cut into steaks or it'll go off and be processed for sausages, burgers, you name it.
Yo.
Oklahoma Senator's new bill is raising some eyebrows. Senator Ralph Shorty introduced legislation today that would ban the use of aborted human fetuses in food. Now, Shorty says the bill is needed to raise public awareness. In his own research, he says he found companies that may use embryonic stem cells to develop flavor.
So many people think that, food conspiracies are crazy, but what if they're actually pointing at real problems? We have 3D printed food, GMOs, and they're poisoning. Is it crazy or are they just misunderstood? Hey everyone, welcome back. As I said, today we're talking about food conspiracies and, they're everywhere right now. And people think that the elite eat completely different food than we do, that our food is being engineered to make us sick, that real food is slowly being replaced. And if you have had any food in the last week, you know what I'm talking about. And, it's easy to dismiss as some kind of paranoia. But here's the part that we're really not talking about. Conspiracies don't just grow in a vacuum, right? There must be some evidence. They grow where trust is already broken. So let's slow this down and separate some of the signal from the noise, because some things are happening, right? We have ultra processed foods that are now making up a huge part of our what we eat every day. And food is designed to last longer, to look better, to taste stronger. You can see the design, but it's not necessarily here to nourish us. Our soil isn't what it used to be, and there's decades of industrial farming that just has destroyed crops. Now, our food systems are fragile, right? Climate issues, we've got conflict with supply chains, with all the taxation and all that's going on right now. We've seen how all the shelves can just quickly empty, right? Think about COVID or even any kind of disaster. And yes, a small number of companies are controlling a massive portion of the food production, right? So when people says something is off about our food, I don't think that they're entirely wrong. But here's where things start to break down for me. Not really everything is a plot, right? GMO is harmful, and there's 3D printed food out there that we can, reduce our groceries, I guess. But do we really want to eat that? Now, do I believe that there is a coordinated plan to poison everyone? For the sake of YouTube, I'm going to say no. It's kind of oversimplified about what's really happening realistically. When everything becomes a conspiracy, let's say, we stop focusing on the real problems. We can actually become too afraid to do anything. So, but we are very uncomfortable. Our food system isn't optimized for health. It's optimized for scale and profits for those who are selling it to us, for convenience. Cheap calories always win over quality nutrition in a system like this, right? There's always a McDonald's burger or a freaking something that's faster and more convenient and easier to eat. They're optimized, they're hyper palatable, and they are marketed for us to want them. You see, over time, what happens is that the things that we're seeing create the exact scenario that we're reacting to. There's always food that feels off, chicken that is stringy, fish that's rubbery, chocolate that's just bouncy. And now we're thinking, how can we create our own food independence? Because whether or not the conspiracy is true, do you really want to be dependent 100% on a system that you don't truly fucking trust? Listen, I am so focused on growing food because of this particular thing. And I'm going to do it anywhere that I can because I think that the world is a little jaded. Not because it's ending, but because I want some kind of control over what I'm eating. Turn anxiety into action and maybe just prove that, food conspiracies don't really affect everyone because we have the power to feed ourselves. I'm just always focused on helping people understand that, listen, you have the power to feed yourself. Even if it's the most basic things, beans grow really fast, right? Maybe you can't grow rice, but you can grow potatoes, right? You can grow callaloo, or you can grow spinach and lettuce and peppers, right? That way we're less reliant on the food system that we don't understand or the things that we're trying to avoid or ignore, right? We can quietly build something better for ourselves. So as the conspiracies go on, understand that whoever has the power to feed you has the power to starve you, right? And I'm not trying to make you feel afraid. I'm just saying, if we really look at what's going on right now in society, if we really pay attention to the foods that we're eating, the conspiracy theories that are being proven right, and all the different things that are happening that we thought were impossible, then it's time for us to take a stand and to say, I can grow food myself. I can feed myself. I can find water sources because that's the other thing. Many of our water sources are being used up by AI. What happens when the eaters, us, start needing more resources and we don't have the labor market so we can strike and stop things and get results? What's going to happen then? Guys, I'm really not trying to be a fearmonger. I really am not. But sometimes we have to talk about the things that are important. We need to eat. We need to be able to access resources. And as it stands right now, those that are hoarding do not want to share. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any hunger or any homelessness or any of those things. What I'm saying is this. A lot of the conspiracies are proving true. And even if you don't believe them, what will it matter if you're prepared? What will it matter if you're prepared and you're wrong? Is it not better to be prepared? My stepmom used to always tell me, prevention better than cure, right? Prevention better than cure. It's the same reason why we wear condoms. Prevention better than cure. Guys, take a seed and put it in the soil. Get started. Because what's happening now is unprecedented. Now, I'm going to move on from this. I know it's intense. I love you guys so much. It's why I'm sharing this with you. All right. And as I always say, be good to yourself. Plant a seed. Be good to each other. Share a plant. And be blissful. Be balanced. Be blessed. And be blooming. So much love. Bye.
The luxury breathing, but I don't think I'm living. Yeah, my mama be tripping, saying you acting different, cause I feel so alone. People don't